this is not your grandmother's green bean casserole. I mean, of course, unless your grandmother made a really amazing green bean casserole, you know, like the one I'm gonna show you. You say green bean casserole to some people and their first face is like, because you know what happens with green bean casserole? Your relatives have been putting canned mushroom soup in it for years. I am putting a stop to it right this minute, and we're gonna learn how to make a delicious, healthier version of the green bean casserole that you love on Thanksgiving. So to start, I'm gonna take 1 tablespoon of butter, and I'm gonna put it right in a pan over medium heat. Love, just that butter alone will make it so much tastier. Okay, then we're gonna add some onions, and we're gonna cook these for about 4 minutes until they start to turn translucent. I'm gonna remove these onions to another bowl and let them cool before I add some other really goodies to it. Okay, we're gonna keep this pan going nice and hot because it's got all that yummy flavor in it. We don't wanna rinse out that delicious flavor. And in it, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons more of butter. Because what would Thanksgiving be without some good butter? And if you're watching, I wanna make sure you stay tuned at the end because this is part of an ultimate Thanksgiving collaboration between me and a few of my other favorite YouTube channels, sharing our favorite exciting Thanksgiving recipes from childhood and beyond. I mean, my childhood one was memories of green bean casserole not being good, so I had to up my game as I got older. Okay, so into that butter, we're gonna add some sliced mushrooms. I've got some cremini mushrooms here. I love them. They're like baby portobellos. They just have a little bit more flavor than regular white mushrooms, button mushrooms. We're just gonna let these cook for about 4 minutes or until they soften a little bit. All right, now while they're going, and I've got these onions here that are cooling down a little bit, I'm gonna talk about what most people put on top of their green bean casserole. They put on Funyuns, they put on those canned onions, which are crispy and they're delicious, but they're not exactly the healthiest or the freshest. So I made this mixture up, which is basically those fresh sauteed onions and garlic, some panko breadcrumbs, and the panko is gonna give it that same crispy taste that you're used to on a green bean casserole. Just gonna mix them in, and then some grated Parmesan cheese, just to give it that really yummy bite. It's really unexpected. People are gonna leave your house and they may talk about the turkey, they may talk about the stuffing, they will definitely talk about your green bean casserole. You'll be legend. That's what we're saying here. Okay, so I've got that mixture right there, ready to go when we finish, and I'm just gonna go back to my mushrooms. This is a great recipe when you have everything together, it's all out, mise en place, it makes it a lot easier to get it together quicker. Now that the mushrooms have cooked for about 4 minutes, I've been stirring them, they're starting to get a little bit golden. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit of flour because we're gonna make a roux in this pan. This is your, instead of adding your can of mushroom soup, we're gonna make this fresh, thick mixture, really creamy, coating those mushrooms and the flour all together. This is like a homemade bechamel sauce. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add our chicken stock and some milk here. Bring your pan to a boil, because what you're gonna wanna do is reduce this temperature, heat up the temperature, I should say. Bring it to a boil, let it cook for about 8 to 10 minutes until it's nice and thickened up. I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt to this, really bring out the flavors, but oh man, just cooking it down, it is so unbelievably creamy and thick. The mushrooms, this smells like the cream of mushroom soup that I would have as a kid. It's amazing. Now we're gonna add in our green beans. These are green beans that I had cooked until fork tender, just steamed, but you could also use frozen green beans, just defrost them, and add them right in like this, but I like the fresh green beans. Obviously, it's Thanksgiving, it's the ultimate Thanksgiving, so you want to use the best ingredients possible. So I'm just mixing them in just so that the green beans can start to absorb all this gorgeous sauce. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh, if only when I was a kid, the green bean casserole tasted and looked like this. I'm gonna put this into an 8x8 pyrex dish that's greased. You see all those drippings, just beautiful. Look at that, the mushrooms and the green beans. Okay, just pour it all in like that. The saute pan makes it so easy. Okay. And you know, any kid that's normally turned up their nose at green beans, you're really zhuzhing it up this time. There's gonna be no nose turning. No one's gonna be finicky when it comes to this. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do is take that gorgeous onion Parmesan panko. I'm gonna top it, cover the entire thing, and then I'm gonna put it into the oven and bake it off till everything is nice and golden and crispy. Now this is green bean casserole. Look at that. I just pulled it out of the oven. You can still see the pulsing, the bubbles, and that crispy topping right on top. This is not your grandmother's green bean casserole. I'm telling you, this is gorgeousness. For more fast, fresh, and easy recipes like this and more, check out Weelicious.com. Don't forget to keep watching to see other Kin Community collaborators for the ultimate Thanksgiving.